And for the fresh faces, what's up? I'm Natasha. I am a certified life transformation, hormone, and weight loss coach, a mama of 4, and I love to share and help all you ladies, especially the mamas, how to lose weight, feel better, and just like live their best life. I had one lady actually message me. She messaged me. She's like, she's on vacation right now. And she's like, how do you not gain weight on your vacation? And I was like, that is such a good topic. I'm going to do that. And I'm going to save this video for you girls too, because, yeah, that's a big deal. A lot of people, they're going on vacation. They don't want to be gaining weight. They don't want to come back like feeling gross. And so I was like, okay, I'll share my tips. Plus you guys, I'll show you what I have in my bag here. I got a bunch of makeup products. And they're all tried and tested. I wore them by the pool, out in like the hot sun. It was like all hot and sweaty, nothing smudged, nothing. It was amazing. So I'll share that today too. Okay, so tip number 1. So this is what I was telling the girl that messaged me on Instagram. FYI, you guys follow me on Instagram because I post all my behind the scenes on my stories. So you got to go check that out too. Okay, so tip number 1, if you are vacationing, and even if you're not vacationing, this is really going to help you with weight loss in general. Okay. And these are really, really simple tips, but I'm like, I'm the type of person, because I'm so busy, being a mom, running a business, like all this stuff, like I need like a high return on my investment. So I only do things that actually make a difference. Right. So the first thing is, because a lot of people, when you go on vacation, you want to have your desserts, you want to have your drinks, you want to like do all those things. Right. So you don't want to really deprive yourself, because as soon as you tell yourself, and I'm sure you guys have done this before, or as soon as you tell yourself you're on a diet, or you're not going to eat or drink something, you're not going to do something, all of a sudden that's what you want, right? Okay, so don't tell yourself you're not going to do anything, because it just messes with you psychologically, whether you're on vacation or whether you're not on vacation. But what you can do, and what I did, and what I encourage my girls to do, is intermittent fast. So while you're on vacation, give yourself like a window. A lot of people are up really late while they are, on vacation, right? You're probably eating late. Maybe you're having drinks a little bit later than you normally would, which is fine. But then try to see if you can give yourself like 14 hours in between eating. Okay. So for example, if I stopped eating at 10 o'clock at night and drinking anything at 10 o'clock at night, I wouldn't eat or drink the next day until 12 o'clock. Okay, because what you're going to do is you're going to give your body a time to burn off all those extra calories that you've been consuming from your extra drinks and snacks and all that. Okay, so even if you can do 12 hours, that's great, but 14 hours is perfect if you can. Okay, for women, guys can go a little bit longer. Guys can go like 16 hours sometimes. Girls can do 16 hours sometimes, but sometimes that can really affect your hormones. So I recommend for women, just if you can do 14 hours, that's really great. Side note, so intermittent fasting is you're giving yourself a window of time where you're not eating. You can still drink water. You can still have like herbal teas, black coffee, but you're not having anything else besides that. And it allows your body to tap into its fat stores and burn off fat. It also boosts your human growth hormone, which helps with your metabolism. So if you're, over 30 like me, that really, really helps. Okay. It also helps with like digestion and stuff like that. So much research behind this. All right. So that's what I did. And like, it made such a big difference, just like not eating late at night, or if I did eat late at night, just giving myself that 14 hours to just like digest, drink water. And yeah, so you're not like all bloated and feeling all gross in the morning. You know what I mean? Okay, so tip number 2, this is also backed by research. This is so simple, you guys, but it's so effective, okay? So when you're on vacation, or even if you're not on vacation, just typically people are so dehydrated. So if you can bring water with you, like I literally was by the pool with a big jug of water, first thing in the morning, having a ton of water, what that's gonna do is increase your metabolic rate. Okay. And we want to do these like little things that make a big difference, because when you are just like sitting, typically on vacation, you're resting, you're like chilling by the pool, you're not doing a whole lot, but you want to keep your metabolism nice and strong. So doing things like just having a ton of water, like literally, something like this everywhere you go, especially when it's really, really hot out. Not only is it going to help boost your metabolism, it's going to help keep your skin clear. It's going to help you with bloating. It's going to make sure everything is like working properly, and it's going to make you feel full, so you're not going to eat as much. So that's a huge, huge, huge thing, especially when you're on vacation, because you tend to like mindlessly eat. And a lot of times what happens is we we think that we're hungry, but we're actually just thirsty. And our brain is like telling us that you're hungry, but really you're just thirsty. So if you're constantly drinking a ton of water, then that will really, really help with that. Okay. And it's so simple, right? So I would even do things because, so when I would intermittent fast during your eating window, that's when you can have, if you're on vacation, you can have a little bit more treats, right? So even for myself, I had a little bit more sugary drinks, or like I would have cheese food, which you guys know I don't eat dairy or anything like that. But it just, having that eating window where you can have whatever you want, you're having it all together, you're drinking your water, you're going to feel a lot more full, and then you're giving yourself that time to digest afterwards, right? But you want to stay really, really hydrated during that time, because otherwise you're just going to be like mindlessly eating and snacking and feeling hungry and all that stuff. So okay, and then the next thing, so you guys know I'm all about hormones, right? Like if you've been following me for a long time, I'm like, take care of your hormones, especially you ladies, because that is what's going to help you with your metabolism. It's going to help you feel good and all that stuff, right? So like doing little things while you are on vacations that will help just increase the support of your hormones will make such a difference and help you to feel full. So a couple of things. So one thing, during your eating window, and you guys, like I said, this works even if you're not on vacation. So during your eating window, having some protein, you need some protein. So like chicken, fish, seafood, some eggs, anything like that. When you're wondering, okay, what am I going to eat? You're on the go, or you're sitting down at a meal. If you can remember anything, just have some protein, okay? And the reason why is it's going to help you feel full. It's going to help you with your hormones. It's going to help you with your metabolism. But most importantly, it's going to help you not spike your blood sugar, okay? And when you spike your blood sugar, if you guys have been following me, you know what I'm talking about. Whenever we spike our blood sugar, we spike our insulin levels, which is a hormone, we tend to store a lot of belly fat, okay? So when we're on vacation, what are we doing? We're having lots of treats, lots of sugary drinks. So our insulin levels are really high, right? So that's when we tend to store a lot of belly fat, okay? But if you can remember, just have a little bit more protein with each meal. It's going to prevent that spike in blood sugar, which will help prevent that storing the belly fat. And I mean, you guys, like at the end of the day, the most important thing is you're not stressing out over your vacation. Okay. So like you just being stressed. And the reason I'm saying this, because I know I talk to girls every single day, and so many girls, and I used to be like this too, like stress out over our weight gain. Like just the fact that they are so stressed out is like boosting their cortisol levels because they're so stressed out about vacation, gaining weight on their vacation. Okay. And so that actually is so, so important because, the whole point of going on a vacation is to relax and de-stress, right? And you guys know my story, or if you don't know my story, my husband passed away in 2019 from colorectal cancer, right? So I really saw the damaging effects of stress. And so ever since then, like I refuse to stress out. And the interesting thing about that is when you take time to actually relax and not stress out about anything like gaining weight, or just like give yourself permission to take an actual vacation, an actual break, it's going to help lower your cortisol levels, which is your stress hormone. Okay. So for the people that don't know what cortisol is, we need cortisol. It's our stress hormone. It helps us. It's like our fight or flight hormone. But because we're in such a constant state of stress, most of it's mental stress, like even stress about losing weight can be really stressful. But whatever stress you have, and you have really elevated cortisol levels, and plus a lot of people aren't sleeping properly, which also causes that, it tells your body that you are in this like fight or flight state, and a famine is coming because you're in stress, and it causes you to hold on to your belly fat because your body's holding on, it's storing, it's like in protection mode. Okay. So even just going on vacation and like giving yourself that mental break will help lower that cortisol levels. And you know what, if you're having like a medical issue, you definitely want to go see your doctor about that. But I mean, a lot of this, well, part of it is lifestyle, typically. This is a generalization. Part of it is lifestyle, but a lot of it is just stress, you guys. I know that's like not a simple answer, but a lot of it is stress. So if you're going on vacation, or even if you're not going on vacation, really taking time to de-stress. Okay, and like lower that cortisol levels. The other thing that helps lower cortisol levels while you're on vacation, or whether you're not, is just eating foods that aren't so processed. Okay, eating all these processed foods really, really causes stress on the body, and just getting some rest. Like the whole point of being on a vacation is to get rest. And I'm saying this, but I was out so late. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not even gonna pretend like I didn't get a lot of sleep, but I was rested, that's for sure. Other thing, of course, when I was there, I brought my fat burner drops. I love these things, you guys. These are so good, and they're travel size, so you can actually bring it on the airplane with you. But I had them in my coffee every single morning. Every single morning, what I did is I would do my stomach vacuums. It's not exercise, like it's an exercise, but it's more just to help tighten that waistline. Okay, so it's best to do it first thing in the morning. So every single morning, I was in a fasted state. I did my stomach vacuums, and then I would have my coffee black, or you can have tea black, have my adaptogen drops, and I was good. Then I would drink a ton of water throughout the day. I would have, during my eating window, I would have, my treats and all that stuff, but I would still make sure I had my protein. But I still made sure I was hydrated and all that stuff. You guys, so many people love stomach vacuums. I get so much good response and replies from girls that are like, I've been doing stomach vacuums and it's made my stomach so snatched. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, then you got to go watch my videos on, I have one pinned, I think, has like over 1 million views of just how to do stomach vacuums, especially if you've had babies, But even if you haven't had babies, like bodybuilders do this, which is crazy because I thought this was like just like a mom thing. But even my trainer, who's a bodybuilder, they do that too. And it's something you can do anywhere. That's why it's so easy to do it even on vacation. Like I did not even work out on my vacation, which I never do. Okay, so what was I going to say? Okay, so intermittent fast. Have your coffee or tea black in the morning if you can. You can have your drops if you want to have that. Stay hydrated. One girl was concerned because I often talk about having MCT coconut oil in your morning coffee, and that's what she's been doing. And she's been like feeling so good about herself and like been losing weight, and she was like all stressed out because she's going on vacation, and she's like, Natasha, I can't bring my MCT coconut oil, what do I do? I was like, girl, relax, you're going to be fine. you can go a week without MCT coconut oil. Which coconut oil do you use in your coffee? So you can just get any coconut oil. Just the only thing with coconut oil, you guys, is check out the ingredients and make sure there's not other ingredients in there, because a lot of these companies, they will try to put other ingredients in the coconut oil, and they'll market it like for your morning coffee, but it's going to break your fast. The reason why you want just plain MCT, medium chain triglycerides, which comes from coconut oil, is because it's not going to spike your blood sugar. You're not going to have an insulin response, so you'll stay in a fasted state first thing in the morning. The other thing, there's so much research on this too. You guys can go check it out. The other thing too is it helps. It's like a brain fuel. So it really, really helps with mental clarity and focus. Okay. It also helps you feel full. So it helps with your hormones to feel really full. So that's another reason why a lot of girls like it, especially if you struggle with feeling hungry in the morning, like you like to intermittent fast, but in the morning you're really, really hungry, or you get headaches. You can try having MCT coconut oil. Just try like a half a tablespoon to start. You can have a full tablespoon, but that might be too much. So even just a half a tablespoon. If you don't like if you don't like coffee or tea in the morning, you can have it just with water as well. So you can get something that just says coconut oil, or you can get something that says MCT coconut oil. The MCT is just, they extract just the MCT out of the coconut oil, so it's just more concentrated. It does help you lose weight. A lot of girls that follow me on social media, that's what they do every single morning. They'll have their black coffee, no cream, no sugar. They'll put their MCT coconut oil in there, and then they'll put the adaptogen drops. You don't have to have this with it, but if you want to, it does help. Has more just herbs to help with your hormones as well, and helps you feel full. And you don't break your fast when you're on it, which is good. So you can also put things like cinnamon in your coffee. It really helps boost your metabolism, and it tastes good. So, I mean, you can have like a dairy-free almond milk or oat milk in your morning coffee if you really, really wanted to. It does not break your fast significantly. There's a lot of research by Dr. Jason Fung who talks about this. But I personally like to keep it black, completely black, no cream, no sugar, nothing like that. And I find that is more effective. So you got to do what works for you. The most important thing is that you do something that works for you. And especially when you're on vacation, you guys, like typically if you're in a hotel room, you don't really have access to cream and sugars anyway. You just have those packaged stuff, right? And that stuff is like complete garbage. So if you can avoid that and just have your coffee black and then just like maybe put some drops in there, you're good. You're going to feel so good and you're not going to overeat. Also with MCT coconut oil, it has a very strong laxative effect. So if you struggle with like constipation or anything like that, that does help with that. And if you have too much of it, it's going to clean you out. You can get it from like health food stores, grocery stores. It's pretty common. Have you ever heard of bulletproof coffee, you guys? Like a lot of people will have, it used to be very trendy a few years ago where people would put butter in their coffee. You guys know what I'm talking about? So I tried that and I would put ghee. The brand was Bulletproof, I think, and they had like a ghee. Ghee is like an Indian butter, but it's like a clarified butter. I tried that, but when I have dairy, my skin breaks out and it like makes me feel bloated. So instead of having butter in my coffee, I started using coconut oil instead. So just to kind of summarize, next time you're on vacation, try intermittent fasting. Okay, try to go like 14 hours if you can, 14 hours in a fasted state. And then during your eating window, that might be like 8 to 10 hours, probably about 10 hours of during your eating window. Have a lot of water, okay? Stay really, really hydrated so you're not overeating. And just think about foods that would be helpful for your hormones. So just having even things like just a little bit more protein. You can bring your drops if you want. You can have MCT coconut oil if you want. But just really, really simple, okay? If you even just stick to those 3 things while on vacation, you're going to be good. You're not going to be all bloated, not going to be like gaining a bunch of weight, getting acne, all that stuff. If you do struggle with bloating though, while you're on vacation, my guess is probably from the dairy. So you might want to cut out on the dairy. Or if you want to be like a super keener, I didn't even do this, but you can do this. Like go to a grocery store and like go get some apple cider vinegar or some probiotics, especially apple cider vinegar, and just have that, like bring it to your hotel room. And that will really help with just digestion, especially if you're eating a lot of carbs on your vacation. Oh, one other thing I was going to show you. You guys know I brought these on my trip. They're amazing. Smart Sweets, you guys. Have you guys tried these yet? If you've been following me for more than a week, you know I talk about these all the time. They are sugar-free, plant-based candy. So if you have a sweet tooth, like most people do, just find alternatives, okay? Like that is like the best weight loss tip I can give you. Just find really good alternatives because you're probably not about to give up your chocolate and your candy. So these are, and they're high in fiber, which is really, really good too. And there's like no artificial sugar or anything. And you can get it in most like grocery stores now and health food stores. They have like the Sour Patch Kids. They have the Fuzzy Peaches. They got the Fishies. I love them all. I call them my crack because I literally eat them every single day. Last but not least, okay, so the drops. Okay, so adaptogens. Because someone's asking me about adaptogens. So adaptogens are herbs that help the body adapt to stress at a hormonal level. So you probably have heard of things like ginseng, right? Most people have heard of ginseng. Turmeric, those are all adaptogens. Ashwagandha. Maca, rhodiola, those are my favorite. Those are the ones I have pretty much every single day. So I'll have ashwagandha every single day. And the good thing is there's so much research now that backs up the benefits of adaptogens for the body. Okay, so they help, like for example, ashwagandha helps lower cortisol levels, which I was talking to you guys before. So a lot of women struggle with the belly fat, right? And a lot of times they're really stressed out, they're not sleeping properly, and then so they tend to store a lot of belly fat. So, ashwagandha is a well-researched adaptogen that has been shown to lower cortisol levels in the body. So it helps with stress. That's why I started taking it. It helps with stress, anxiety. So people that have trouble sleeping, it tends to help with sleeping. It tends to help just like with overall hormonal balance. It also helps with your immune system. So that's good. So you can get that in pill form. I take it. I have an organic ashwagandha that I take. It has black pepper in it, so it helps with the bioavailability of it. And that you can get it if you click my link there on the website, Miadora. You can use the promo code Wellness Wednesday, just Wellness 15. You can get it 15% off. And that one is organic. If you don't get that one, that's fine. But just look for a good quality ashwagandha. Okay? And this ashwagandha has the black pepper in it to help with absorption. The other thing that I take every single day, I alternate between these two. So this is adaptogens in drop form. So you can have it in your morning coffee or tea or your water. This one you can have under your tongue. You don't even need anything. And it's in a plastic bottle. So this is what I took with me to when I was traveling. But in this, it has maca, it has ginseng, it has a few other herbs that just help with the metabolism. This one has maca and it has rhodiola in it. So they're just different types of adaptogens. So these are the Miyadora. This one's the Miyadora Women's Energy and Fat Burner Drop, and this one's the Miyadora just Fat Burner Drop. Do those break your fast? No, that's why I developed these. No, they do not break your fast. There's no sugar in them. There's no caffeine in them. There's no fillers in them. It's just pure herbs. That's it. Obviously, you always want to check, like if you have any health issues, get checked by your doctor before you change your eating plan or supplements. But there's no, these will not break your fast. So that's usually what I encourage the girls to do is intermittent fast. And in the morning, like I'll have my coffee black and I'll just put 10 drops of this in there. And like everyone loves it. Like we're actually, it's at the point now where our Canadian shipping, I'm trying to improve it because it's kind of slow. And like so many girls are like, I ran out of my drops. I need my drops. That's how much they love it. Which is the bottle that you take where you put it under your tongue? This one. That's this one. This is a Women's Energy Fat Burner Drops, and it's in a plastic bottle. So this one has African mango in it as well. It has some amino acids. It also has the EGCG, which is an extract from green tea that also helps with metabolism. And then it has the maca and ginseng in it as well. So I'll show you. So you basically just take 10 drops. You don't have to swallow it. You can just let it absorb under your tongue. Take it sublingually if you want. If you want to swallow it, you can. You can put it in your coffee. You can have it up to 3 times a day. So you can have it morning, lunch, and dinner. Most people will only have it once or twice a day. I usually just have it once or twice a day. So the ashwagandha comes in pill form. It works really well together with it. And ashwagandha you can have even in the morning or you can have it in the evening. And ashwagandha is one of those things. I hear this all of the time. Well, when you first start taking it, it has like such a subtle change in like your mood and your energy, but it's not like drastically noticeable. And then when people stop taking it, they're like, wow, I noticed that really did help me sleep better, or my skin was starting to clear up, or I didn't have my PMS symptoms as much. So, or I was starting to lose weight. So yeah, are they expensive? No, they're like 19, 20 bucks. So super affordable. All right, you guys, you're amazing. It was fun hanging out with you. Thanks for hanging out. I hope you have an amazing day. And I hope if you take away anything from this live stream, it's prioritize yourself, baby steps. You don't have to be perfect, but do what you can. You will start to feel so much better about yourself, and it will have such a huge ripple effect in your life and the lives of people around you that you love, okay? But I love you guys. Go into my Instagram after this. Well, give me a few minutes, and I'll post on there, and I'll post all this stuff for you guys. But yeah, feel free to reach out to me anytime you want. Also, in my bio, I have that free ebook. So I have all the foods that I eat every single day. It's a free list. All these foods are thermogenic and hormone supporting foods. So foods that will help your metabolism. Okay. So thank you guys. Appreciate you. Okay. I love you guys. I'm going to log off now. Otherwise I'll just keep talking and hanging out with you. And I don't want to do that. Okay. I love you guys. Bye.